So, hello again. So, hello once again. Hello, 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 hell. So, hello. Whoa, seems to work. A bit too quiet. Let's make it a bit more loud. Also, let's change the description. Let's upload a thumbnail to the YouTube thing. I think we're good. Next up, let's put on some eerie ass music to be actually scared while we're doing the game dev. Where's Bog Monster music? Bog Monster music. Let's go. Berserk soundtrack. Yeah, that's good. Hello, Daniel again. Yes, eerie ass music. That's exactly what I'm going for. I have peculiar tastes. Max volume. So, Unity Hub. Any updates? I haven't done this in a while. Any updates, Daniel? Do you have updates to your game? Oh, by the way, just as a side note, I think I can also share a hackathon thing we did with a couple of friends. Like, it was like a AI themed hackathon, and I did like a small learning chatbot scambot with a couple of friends. Also kind of gamified, so kind of game dev. Let's see if it works. Yeah, anyway, it works in a way that it's not seeable right now. Let's move this away. Too loud? Am I too loud, or the music? Music might have been too loud. So, basically, you can see this little guy in the right corner, lower right corner. It's all AI developed, like vibe coded, whatever. But basically, yeah, uses like stuff like Tailwind and blah blah blah. You click on them. Welcome, traveler. Scan the shadowy guide. This is AI text mostly. So this is like opt-in. You opt in to the gamified scenario thing, then a chat window. It should actually pop up on the right, but didn't have time to do that. Education purposes, blah blah. Legitimate business proposal. It's not really that fun right now. There's only like a yes or no option. So if you just don't fall for the scam, you get stats for that. You avoid the scam. It tracks like total outcomes, learning ability and stuff like that. It has achievements. It's all done in Figma, like a AI component there. There's a learn section with some like information, blah blah blah, some links. So basically, different scenarios, different types of scams. Mostly also vibe coded, not very high quality, but basically I kind of had fun with some of the scenarios. Let me try to achieve, avoid, and learn the max amount, and then I'll unlock a boss mode. So basically you could just play it as a clicker and kind of maybe fun. Kind of gives you some information. Estonian prince instead of Nigerian prince, because like I don't know, sounded more interesting. I can vouch for Estonia more than Nigeria. So basically you go through these different scenarios, learn about, oh yeah, Nigerian prince scam, inheritance, learn stuff. Stuck at customs. Yeah, we did not have time to do this like more interactive. The other guys also developed some games which are slightly more brain power needing. There's like 3 options there in the other guys' games. But like I just want to show you real quick my part. I was also quite ill during it and like remotely did this, so I'm not sure whether it's the best thing. So we already have like achievements, a couple of them. Scam types learned. We need 2 more. Then we get to. I think I want to show you. Ooh, this is actually a Rickroll. I promise it won't be a Rickroll, but it is. But it's a special type because this scammer blob that we did, it reminded me of Daikons. So instead of Rickrolling, I put a counterattack Daikon thing, which is fun. Best song. Also, this is what I'd use as a Rickroll, especially with that type of turnip. I also made the design wear like a green hat previously, and it almost looked exactly like this Daikon, only like wearing black or something. So basically, underneath the lore is that the scammer bot is actually a Daikon. Let's do this. Woo! Daikon roll. More Daikons. So, what do we learn? Yay! Some Rickroll stuff. Blah, blah, blah. Do we have all of the scenarios now learned? 8 out of 9. Why is it 9 though? We have 8 types. Was that a bug or something? We only had 1 day to do this thing though. So I guess that's our. I think it still should work. There was like a hidden 9 scam types. Okay, now you can unleash the final boss, which should have been. Yeah, this guy appears here. Which should have been like a actual AI model connected to it, but we couldn't get that to work immediately, so it's falling back to a non-AI model, and this should be like, yes, dark powers are failing me, API error, so the Gemini bot that connected couldn't actually. So this one actually like asks you questions and you need to answer. This is weird though. I should lose this. You need to get 5 correct and then you win. Yeah, like stupid little like 1 day hackathon thing, but I wanted to show you that. Yeah, anyway. Back to weird frog game. Also, you get a golden skin for your Scambert bot if you go through all the routes and get all the achievements. I did not have time to do that. I can leave a link later if you want to, like, try that. But yeah, it's not like the funnest thing ever. But the golden skin looks good on Scambert, so yeah. I think the most time, the most issues we had was like actually making it like implementable to a real site. So with my little game bot, it didn't work really. With my friends who were actually on spot, that weren't remote, they made it work for their small bots. But not as like as a widget or like library or anything, but they just like changed the CSS the AI gave and just hard coded it into the site, and yeah, I feel like we didn't win anything and the final product wasn't too good, but it was a nice experience. Like it was like Junction 2025, like a Finnish thing. Quite a big event. Yeah, what else? I don't know. It was fun. Yeah. Also, yeah, we did have issues. The most time it took me was like first. The vibe coding thing does take a lot of time. In general, and also it has weights for like different routes that it gives you, and just messing around with those weights and making the Rickroll one come out like randomly, not very often, or like less often than others and stuff like that. Like there were like issues where you couldn't like pass all of the routes and stuff like that, so I kind of fixed that, but many of the actual like cool stuff in the game, like choices that matter or something, were like not really worked upon much, and like the education content could be better, but and the bot could actually work at the end, but yeah, it was fun. So back to Northern Frog adventure game. Everyone's going crazy. This is the game to play or develop. Didn't get buttons yet from the artists. They were kind of busy, but they promised to look into it, so might get buttons at some point. Yay, animation. Start game. Start game. Waking slow, the bog. Inhospitable. It is as should be. Oppressive. You feel a hunger. Leave to find food. Darkness, habitation, human cattle. So, the point is, I should implement the illusion function, which right now doesn't do much of anything. But basically, I should be able to make like a different version of this this background, a different version of the picture appear, where like different creatures appear or something like that. I don't have like very many alternative arts yet from the artist. I don't have all of them, but I have a couple. Like for the, let's say I go through this, I eat the door or something. For this screen, I have something. Also, I didn't like the flicker it did. It kind of flickered when it changed the scene. That's what we get if you use a persistent canvas or persistent scene. So one way to solve this might be to make the background disappear after going through the persistent scene, but that might still make the flicker happen, only the flicker happens by like a black screen or like whatever the background color is. So I guess the better option would be to change the picture or change the scene like somehow more smoothly, that like you load the new scene in while the old one is working, so like 3 scenes at the same time, and then destroy the previous scene. Maybe something like that, but I'm not sure how to do that exactly. Might look into that later. I'll note that down actually. What to do? A classical to-do list in Notepad. I know why I'm writing so much noise, verbose. Maybe because I want to write more content. Start using Obsidian already. I should probably. Let's do that. Do you have Obsidian? Probably not. No. Download Obsidian. That's easy enough. I love this album. This is the one you hated though. I can go to the next one because you kind of hated it, and I care about my viewer. I could have said viewers, but like as you're the only one, basically, I care about my viewer. Let's do a thing you'd love. You'd love oral holograms, right? Right? It's much better. So, only for me, why not? Weird place to install it, but I don't care. Oh, you care about me? I do. I also care about your writing the book you had. The first chapters of the book you showed me a couple of years ago, or like many years ago now. They were absolutely insane, like very good reading. So once you get more chapters in, or like if you have another version, send it my way. I fucking love that shit. Anyway, quick start, create new vault. Why is it called vault? We fancy. Obsidian vault under folder, open folder as vault. Sync, no thank you. Quick start. This is your new vault. Let's do something darker because we dark developing. New base. Common palette. Palette? Is that what? Template, new canvas, graph view, collapse files, search, bookmarks. Maybe from here, like a dark mode or something. Appearance. Yeah. So. Yeah, I'm already there. Probably, yeah. Anyway, color scheme, adopt. Let's just do dark, I guess. Yeah, that's dark like the frog. Ooh, there's a graph. Welcome, create a link. Ooh, okay, I love Obsidian already. This is nice. Like, this makes it worthwhile to download, I think. Like, with this music and just doing this, it's like oddly enamoring, fascinating. Damn it, that's good. I mean, yeah. Good job, you made a space game. Yes! By downloading Obsidian, I made space. Is this what you meant? Display? Animate? What else? Graph view. Oh, there's different tabs. Okay, stack tab. Yeah. Create a link. This is a link to game dev tasks Anno Domini 2025 25 Nov, I think. Always update, why not? That's a very verbose way to put it again. As you can probably tell, I'm not opposed to being verbose. What is this magic wand? Time-lapse animation. Okay. It probably spawns the nodes one by one, I guess. Okay. So... the RGB stuff flickering in the background. I actually cannot like turn it off on my desktop computer. The RGB keeps like running insanely. Like there's a remote that I can like switch it off, but like it rarely works, and whenever I switch it off it turns back again whenever I restart. But anyway, that's beside the point. Let's do this. Kind of like Notepad more. Okay, let's okay. Notepad is nice and white. Not that sounded wrong. Nice and like without anything additional to it. But I think I can maybe learn to like Obsidian. I need to mess around with different views and adding stuff. Canvas. That's cool. Okay, so what did we want to do? We wanted to maybe at some point address the scene change flickering background issue. Priority 3. Write content. Priority 2 for now. Wait for buttons. Priority 2. I'm already doing that. Waiting. Drawing charts. Yeah. I thought it might be like that. Yeah. Surround with double asterisk for bold, etc. Yeah, that's nice. Wait for buttons. What else did we want to do? Oh yeah. The main thing, priority 1. There's no visible change there. Okay, whatever. Yeah, I should try the canvas soon. But yeah, priority 1 would probably be something like trying to make illusion system work. Priority 1. Cool. Can I change the font and make it bigger or something? Whatever. Don't need that yet. Okay, whatever. So Ooh, it goes well with the game aesthetic. My task would make a bullet list item, while my task makes a checkbox. And if you have my task, then it's a completed task. Okay, let's do checkbox, I guess. Okay, that doesn't work. I guess I need to do it like this. No? Is that a checkbox? No? No? Not really. Maybe you mean like... Yeah, I'm trying to eliminate that. Can't have numbered checkbox. Yeah, that makes sense, kind of. I don't know. This doesn't really work as a checkbox, but... Maybe you mean I need to have that in front? Yeah, okay. Makes sense. Try the new line. Yeah. Space in the brackets or X. Okay, gotcha. Okay, maybe it works now. Nope. Oh, nice. Okay, got it. Cool. Let's do the same syntax. Copy it. A bunch. And add this stuff. Took you a while. Have you seen how many times I've tried this stream thing with game dev? Have you seen how many hours it has taken me to just make bare bones implementations of things and getting sidetracked with every single thing? Yes, this will take me a while. So, ideally, illusion, the sea would make a new background. It wouldn't like immediately go here. It would maybe go to a new scene with that new background or just change the background. So last I tried, I couldn't make the background changing logic work. Let's quickly try. If we can't make it work this time either, then we probably need to do something differently. Then we need to, I don't know. What do we need to do then? Maybe make the scene change instead of whatever we have right now. Anyway, gonna go to the code. Browser crashed. Browser crashed? Oh, so you didn't hear me. I was making a joke out of me taking a while. Anyway. Oh yeah, I need to go to whatever this is. Scripts. What is don't destroy persistent fluff? What do I want to do here? Debug log. Canvas marked as don't destroy and load. I can't use the bot. Oh no. Don't destroy and load game object. Am I using this somewhere? Is this script being used? Script reader. That's a thing. Maybe, I don't know. Not here? I don't know. Don't think this is used. I could probably delete it. Famous last words. I won't yet. Anyway. Let's open up our main. Little chunk code hub. Vibe coded BS that we couldn't come up with ourselves. Half of it is just to have debug logs for the video, so I could probably just delete almost half of them. Stuff like this. Well, I'm leaving it in. Maybe we'll have issues with the video later. Okay, so where did we try to change the background? Background change. So that's a function that we call in Inky. It gives sprite name, and background change is here. For some reason this didn't work. Let's see why. What? I don't want recommendations like that, come on. Even though this might make sense. It's just like a if-else block, huge block. Game object G, game object find image. So basically, new sprite. Oh no, this is not the thing that it recommended. So this is what I wrote beforehand. So game object G, game object find image. There was like a guy who kind of tutored me about this or gave me some hints. This was a long time ago. I don't really remember what we discussed here. But yeah, if G isn't null, image, get component image. If image is null and new sprite is null, no, is not null, sorry. Image sprite, new sprite. Background change to sprite name. Okay, so the sprite name should be exact in resources. Blah, blah, blah. Sprite name, where does that come from? String sprite name. Okay, it's given from Inky, I guess. So we just sprite name. Image dot sprite is new sprite. But I'm Basque now. Happy to have you, Baskin Tunnel. Honestly, I might just delete everything here because I don't understand some of it. Esimese stseeni esimene. Oh yeah, now I kind of remember. I added a extra, whatever it's called here. Esimese stseeni esimene, esimese stseeni teine, teise stseeni esimene. We added this here, so that should be reflected in the code somewhere. Yeah, here. Serialized field. So what did it suggest to us? If sprite name esimese stseeni esimene, new sprite esimese stseeni esimene. And yeah. Yeah, that kind of makes sense because we give that through Inky. If we give through Inky this thing, then what happens then? The new sprite becomes the thing we give from Inky. What is this G though? Okay, image G, so the game object's image, get component image. So this is like done twice basically. Game object find and get component. Isn't that pretty much the same thing? Maybe not. So like we get a game object inside which we find the image. But the game object is a part of the... It's just the image part of the game. Like game object, like the image becomes the game object or something, or like the image as the game object, and then in that we find it as an image, as a image class. What is the game object class? Or for all objects that can exist in a scene. Okay, so that's like more general then. Okay, then we get like an image through that. If image is not null, new sprite is not null. Then image sprite. Image sprite is new sprite. Yeah, that's why the if statement makes sense. I can actually try this. I mean, this is the default value, I guess. Kind of makes sense. Debug log. But yeah, the name should probably be the exact same thing. Sprite, new sprite. Default value. We might change it. Always having a default value here is weird though. We could have that somewhere else. So image dot sprite is new sprite. And new sprite is whatever we give it. And this name should probably correspond to the thing. Probably. Like upstairs here. Private sprite. Yeah, kind of makes sense. So currently we're doing it differently. We're making the scenes change because that worked well enough right off the bat, because we hit start game through the persistent canvas. We just get a awakening scene, which is like a different image, background image. But yeah, the problem is that let's maybe try this canvas. Untitled canvas. Zoom in, reset. Drag from below. Can I just like draw? Not really. What's graph view? Ah, that's this thing. Okay. Adding card. I just want to draw though. Set color. I don't know. Okay, whatever. So the issue is, whenever we change the background in location scenes, we should permanently change their background image. So basically, doesn't really make sense to do it like this, like temporarily. Maybe. Or maybe it does. Because we load the image in here as a separate thingy. And if we load that image each time, the particular scene is played, we can do that in Inky. Can we do that in Inky? We can scene change in Inky. But yeah, we can also background change, but we need to track that with the variable. Current value of the background. Yeah. Anyway, let's open Inky. So, yeah, it doesn't really run in Inky because of the external functions which aren't defined here. We could define them somehow with a hack to make this run, but don't need that at the moment. You can always run it in Unity. So we do have the background change function, external function. But yeah, I guess we'd need a variable current. Let's do water bg is would that be like a string? Oh, I think the issue was that character, car name, scene name, sprite name, and message name weren't defined in Inky, so that's why it doesn't run on the right. But yeah, for the background, there's a Sani. Let's do it all in English. Actually, I should make the language choice to English. Current water background. Second scene first. Be right back. And no Estonglish. Never Estonglish. I'm a never Estonglisher. It's my identity. Let's maybe unpin this bullshit. Can we get a free game in Epic? Oh yeah, Epic is good for Unreal development, I guess. Very quickly checking if that's a free game. Oh yeah. Huh. Interesting free games this week. Voxel Wars. So much saturation in the market. So many games. Looks like a boring deck builder again, or card-based, like Slay the Spire, like. I guess I'll get it. Don't know whether there's private information here. I don't see any. And the second game, Voxel Wars, seems cute. Godzilla Voxel Wars seems a bit similar in the theme that I'm going for with a strategy game, in that like there's kaiju battles or something. But yeah, otherwise not really. Anyway, I got sidetracked again. I was just thinking whether I'd remove Epic as well as the GOG Galaxy thing, but yeah, it can stay right now. I just didn't want to change the scroll for getting to the Inky file. So let's change the names. First scene first. First scene first. First scene second. Second scene first. Cool autocomplete. That's pretty nice. Do we need to change it here? Probably. esimese stseeni esimene. It's written here. Does that come from the code? Weird. How does the name, where does the name come from? Can I close this? Yeah. Where does this name come from? Maybe I need to refresh or something? I don't know. What is this image it refers to though? What image? Game should find image. Is that like a Unity thing? Unity has like an image? Oh, probably. I have the component image probably. If I load a different scene. Let's say this is the first scene. There's the canvas, there's the image. Are they all called the image? Seaside, yeah, image. Persistent. Title screen? That's not image. Let's have it called image, I guess. Might need to change that in the future. Not the best name though. Not very descriptive of what it actually is. But yeah, it's a game object, it's called image. So in that game object we get the component image. And we like image, and we make that image a sprite, the new sprite, which is defined here, I guess. Oh yeah, this changed. That's nice. First scene first, first scene second. Let's do... Does it persistently change it though? Maybe. I had to do Miak picture change and click again. I don't remember what exactly I meant, so whatever. Let's try to do the second scene stuff. Yeah, this could be like a switch statement or something. I don't care right now. So we can change. Yeah, we can have the persistence here in this variable, I guess. So current water background, second scene first. So we call background change and give the current water background. And if something changes, if I go to the illusion thing, fog to water. So if I go to illusion, and these are water options. This is way too complex right now. It should be made easier, but yeah, okay. This checks for conditions on endings. Are you eating boolean? What's eaten true? So if are you eating boolean is correct, then we change this, we do this, etc. So we kind of need to do the same. Just doing this every single time it's called is weird. Should be a better way to make this universal. It's not just copy paste. Like run these checks for all of them. So maybe a separate not for that. Okay, C eaten. This is unique. This needs to be unique, but all of the other stuff is not unique. So this runs only if are you eating boolean is true, and that we give from the main file. Are you eating boolean true? And then are you eating boolean turns to false. So, illusion. Now let's create an illusion boolean, I guess. Or do we change the picture based on the eating option first? Maybe let's try that. Okay, this is all eating related. Eating booleans. Let's now have illusion booleans. So, first one. Are you illusioning false as a default? Are you illusioning becomes true. It goes to scene options. So in this case, while the parameter, it's given the scene option for the water thing, hopefully. Goes to water options. And we run a check, I guess. Yeah, because you can create illusions also related to the same things, for simplicity's sake. So we just add the "are you illusioning" boolean, I guess, and make some logic happen. There's no boolean, okay. Just for consistency's sake. Are you illusioning boolean is true, then I don't know whether we need to track the variable about this though. Maybe we do. Let's say we have like illusioned two things. So in case we have illusioned two things on the image, then two things will appear differently in the background image. So if we don't track it, we might end up in a situation where only the last one you picked is shown in the background. But if we track it correctly, we might be able to use some logic to give the background picture the correct one. I make it this way too complicated, probably. Anyway, I'm pretty sure the function doesn't even work in Unity right now, but let's just try to make it all written out, and then we'll try to get it to work. Anyway. Let's say that the C illusioned is false and C Woods illusioned is false, and C illusioned becomes true. And in this case, if C illusion becomes true, then change the background picture based on how many of these are true. Anyway, trying to get my random planet generator working. Finally, I'm seeing the generated planets, and they are all the same. Lol. Story of my developer life. It's yeah, that shit happens. But yeah, progress. That's nice. I mean, you'll soon be able to fix that bug, I think. Yeah. So. Let's think now. See, illusion becomes true. Then we need to check which illusions are true. This is a bit too complicated, actually. So how do we check both of the illusion states? Let's also add this chunk of things into the woods. This time it is woods illusions. Woods illusions becomes true. And once we make the check, background should be shifted depending on how many of these conditions are true. Maybe for simplicity's sake it goes to a new node for doing that. To check whether both are true or not. So basically, if this boolean holds true, then we go to a separate node. We could also just scene shift and make a new scene with the appropriate picture if our code doesn't work. But still, how to make the check on the conditions on both of the conditions? I guess we can just do similar to this, but can I have like a check, a if check with two conditions inside another check? Maybe that's not the best idea. Maybe let's go to a separate node for that. And we can pass. We can check for the variables, or we can pass a parameter. Do we need a node to reflect only the base scene, water scene? Then it should probably be a parameter that gets you to the, or like it doesn't matter. Let's think. So. Programming game. This is I'm disillusioned. Anyway, so basically, let's just try. Let's try with just the waterfront option. So this is specific to water options. So we can say that leading us to the waterfront thing separately. Water water change background. So we need to create the water change background. We can make that appear wherever we want. Maybe here, might be smaller than the last one. Water change background. Now it runs a check. Similar to this, but it checks whether sea illusioned. Whether sea illusioned and does the and work here? And woods illusioned. If sea illusioned and woods illusioned, then should we change the scene or try just the background change? Let's try the background change function first, even though you could just make it a new scene, I guess, for each and every condition. Then scenes don't even make that much sense, but yeah, like it makes sense if I cannot make the background change work and my scene change already works, but anyway. So, water change background, let's not make it loop. Let's check whether both of these are I don't know whether there's a form of condition checks where it checks all the three options. The three options being true, false, false, true, and true, true. And four options: true, false, false, true, 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 and false, false. 2 times 2 options. Like, I can probably make that work in Unity somehow, but I'm not sure whether Inky allows for stuff like that. So easiest would be just to write out the 4 options, like a switch statement almost, but I mean that switch statement could be even easier to write down if I had just a function to check all of the variabilities of these 2 booleans. I can Google that shit. A condition null check. See whether all possible. What's the correct term? Not variations, but mutations, permutations. All possible sets of conditions. We should check to make different changes on all possible variations, permutations, all possible values, I guess. That's not the thing I'm looking for. If A and B and not C, if A and not B and not C, etc. Yeah, that's the thing I'm looking for. It's better to capture the intent of the operation instead of explicitly check the boolean values. For example, public void check if has ordered do logic. Private boolean has ordered return A and not B and not C. This is just the same thing, but writing it down as like as the name has ordered or whatever. But I don't even have a separate like named condition. I just want to do that more elegantly. Aggregate. Lookup table. Yeah, that might work, but I guess that's a bit too complex for Inky. And a bit too complex for me. But yeah, it's definitely something I could do more elegantly. But for now, I guess I can just check all the conditions separately. Don't think that's too bad per se. Can I do this? Not wood solutions. I need 4 of these. Yeah. Doesn't seem to work. Also, let me link the thing I wanted to link earlier. Okay, doing it separately is so ugly, and it doesn't seem to work even. So, yeah, that's weird. Maybe I can just put these in brackets or something? If not, both of these. The not doesn't seem to work here. So, inc language not operator. Inky? Not understand if written out in words? What the hell? Okay, that's weird. How many matches are there? 56. Okay, I need to find a better. Let's just do this. Oh, nice. Boolean for shorthand. Ah, we need the equal sign as well. Cool. Guess we change that. This works. But that doesn't. Why? Let's see examples of the use. Let's maybe search for that. It's only one match. Okay. So I guess the problem is having two operators next to each other and not. This is if marbles bigger than 7 and opponent bigger than 7. I think it has an issue with and not opponent bigger than 7. Maybe I can just write like false or something. And this is false. Guess that works. Maybe. You're saying it should be just exclamation mark, not exclamation mark and equal sign. Nope. It's actually in Inky. It's, as you can see, not. I just found that here. Not is abbreviated to the two. So exclamation and equal sign. Where were we? So basically I could just write and with letters here, but yeah. Okay. Yeah, but yeah, it's just like maybe it demands like brackets or something. Anyway, it did not respond well if and not sign were like next to each other. It kind of maybe makes sense. Anyway. This makes sense. Let's put that as a second place so it makes structure sense. Both are false, both are true, both are false. First is true. Also should be a switch statement, but I don't know how to do that here. C illusions and woodwork illusions. That's how I expected it to work. Yeah, that's what I tried previously. Like first I tried that, but that does not work. Anyway, it gives an error if I do this. See, not C illusions is an error. But no, the other way around. Sorry, but this. This is also an error. Anyway, I don't know. So yeah, not blah blah blah, and with an and it doesn't work for some reason. Yeah. But yeah, the just adding this here makes it also not work. So basically, we have the 4 sets of conditions. It's very certainly can be written better in like actual intelligent code, but the only thing I could find was some like aggregation function in C, which I cannot do in Inky. Maybe a switch statement somehow. Switch. I mean, this is basically, it isn't that much bigger than a switch statement would be, so. And it's maybe more explicit, so I don't know. So what did we want to do? We wanted to try whether changing the background picture works as a separate function, even though we could just as easily do the scene shifter and just have different scenes pop around each and every time. I don't know whether that's better or not. I just wanted to see whether the background change function could be made to work. We have a plan B if it doesn't, so. Yeah, anyway. Yeah, let's not make it loop anyway. I got the random generator plans working. Kind of nice. Wanna check it? I can build a web build if not too sleepy. Lol. Yes, definitely. Give me the link. I am a bit sleepy. You're correct. You're correct in assuming the sleepiness function. Sleepiness function getting called. And I don't know. Get more sleepy function being called pretty often now. So we do a background change with this. Why doesn't that work? Ah, space. It also wants these, I guess. Yeah, that's better. Okay. So. Uno momento, just have to move the sun first. Lol. Easy. Just move the sun. Do it. No. Super easy. Why haven't you moved the sun yet, Donald? I give you 5 minutes to move the sun. Make it move nicely. Okay, so the water change background not makes different things happen with different conditions. True. But they also should go to somewhere. Maybe just let them go to frog to water. That makes more sense. No loop then. It doesn't make sense gameplay wise, but yeah, if you do the illusion, you don't switch the scene. That makes sense, actually. Otherwise, yeah. Okay, this is perfect, right? This will work right off the bat. I'm not sure what it does even right now. Let's just check. Let's just try it out. What it does. I'm pretty sure, like 98% sure that the background change thing doesn't work, but also we need to actually have the scene names precise. And also the files attached. Okay, I'll go to the bathroom and I'll return and then do that. So, hello. Back again. Almost done. Nice. Okei, mis mul siin oli vaja üldse teha? Mul on vaja arti natuke download ida. Water... siin on mul natuke see arti. See on cool. Ütleme siis second scene... second scene first on äkki, ütleme, et see... või siis no, vahetele kumb. Lehmad pilt 1. Mis see on? Meri... seal on kerge lehmapilt, jah. Siin on mingi teema sellega. Mul oli mingi visioon, aga ma ei mäleta enam täpselt. Ütleme, et seal löövad lehmad, siin tuleb siin põleng. See on animatsioon või? Cancel. Paneme siis selle asemel selle meri ja haldjad. Nii. Ehk siis second scene first ja second scene second. Mis see täpne nimi on? Savime ära ka. Nii, sprite name on see, mis antakse kaasa, loetakse tinkist. Second scene first või second scene second. Siis on vaja ka pilti, kus on mõlemad korraga. Proovime 2 praegu. ütleme, et second scene first on, kui on sea illusion tõde. Ja siis second scene second siis kui mõlemad on false, siis midagi ei muutu tegelikult. Seda ei peagi tegelikult välja kirjutama. Ma eeldan. Tundub, et ma neid ei pea isegi üldse tegema eraldi. Kõik lähevad frog to waterisse. Ainult background change teen. Siis kui mõlemad on tõeliselt, seda pilti mulle veel ei ole. Ma arvan, et ma olen third'i tegema, aga hetkel lähme siis first'ile lihtsalt fallback'ina. Tegelikult see peaks third olema. Okei, teeme siis selle third'i variandi ka ära. Peame siia tekitama uue selle. Alguses teeme üleval. Neid peab vist kõik eraldi tegema, ei saa kuidagi ilusamalt. Ja second scene third. Else if second scene third jah. Nüüd mis ta siin näitab, kas ta annab mulle selle kolmandaga? Paneme mingi X-pildi sinna selle. Okei. Kas see nüüd toimib või? Vaevalt, aga proovime. Mis see event system? Kas see nüüd toimib või on minu probleem samuti? No vaevalt, et toimib mul. Awakening scene'is on event system ka olemas. Ma pean selle vist maha võtma. See on konsool tahab anda mingit jama mul. Mõtlen, kas siis kui ma seene vaatan, siis kas ülejäänutel ei ole seda event systemit ja see on lihtsalt maha võetud. Davai, aga siis võtame maha sellega Awakening scene'is on event system maas. Okei, nüüd lähme uuesti Persistence'isse, save ja mängime uuesti. Nii, konsool ei anna enam jama. Darkness Habitation, ja mida iganes. Nii, nüüd läheb huvitavaks. Teeme Illusioni, The Sea. Ahah, midagi siin muutus. Aga ainult taustal. See taustapilt võiks olla paremini nähtav kui see, mis sees on. No midagi juhtus siin lahe. Taustapilt võiks alati paremini nähtav olla kui see. Samas kui mul see taustapilt praegu asub siin, kus need nupud peavad ikkagi eespool olema. Mis see loogika nüüd on? See canvas ja image, mis siit tuleb, on vähem prioriteetne mingi tagapoolsel layeril. Layer background on fine ilmselt. Middle center, see peaks olema muudetud stretchile niikuinii. Aga nüüd probleem on selles, et see canvas sort order 0, see on fine. See on sort order 0, aga siin manageris see, mis managerist näitab, kus see raw image on. Mitte raw image, see peab olema mingi muu image. Oota, aga ta vahetab ju selle ära või ei vaheta või? Ta otsib image'it, aga kus ta otsis image'it? Lähme vaatame korraks. Kus ta otsib image'it? Nii, ta lihtsalt otsib game objectist image'it. Et kus iganes on asi nimega image. Äkki ta jääb see vales kohas või midagi. Aga kuhu ta selle paneb, selle image? Neid alguses otsib ja siis paneb sinna, asendab. Järelikult ei asenda seda õiget asja veel, okei. Mõned esimesed sekid on lag, sest mul pole loading screeni. Relvi saab vahetada 1, 2 ja 3 numbritega. Relvad. Z ja X toimivad, zoomivad. Noed liiguvad kõtrel, tulistab. Itchios number 3 relva nimi näitab non-bugi. Tegelikult on experimental homing missile. Laevadel ja planeetil on nüüd valguste peegeldused / varjud, nice. Jäi, Godot stuff. Kas see muusika on ka või? Siis ma panen selle kinni. Vist ei ole. Nii. Nice. That's pretty cool. Ma saan accelerationit muuta ja tagurpidi minna. Nice. Okei. Ja siis, oota, mis sa ütled? Control tulistab, okei. Ja siis numbritega saab relvi vahetada. Red plasma on hetkel. 2 on mingisugune sükke asi. Ma saan peale hoida seda, nice. See on päris lõbus. Railgun ja siis nüüd on none. Tegelikult on homing missile. See väga ei toimi. Ei toimi ikka. Vist läheb mingis suvalisse suunda lihtsalt alguses. Tükk aega läheb suvalisse suunda ja siis homib ja siis ei leia üles targetit lõpuks. Okay. Railgun on parim. Nice. Ei, see on päris lahe. Õnneks ma olen suht invincible, mul tunnub, et ma lihtsalt lasen kõikidest läbi. High score, health 4500 midagi, kas see muutub, kui ma saan pihta või? Muutub jah, nice. Suht invincible ikkagi, väga palju elusid austalles. 5K health'i, jaa, / varjud, nice. Jaa, selles mõttes, et planeetidel on küll varjud. Aga kas iga planeet näeb samasugune välja? Natuke erinev vist, vaata. See oli vist natuke erinev, kui ma ei eksi. Tagasi. Siin on rohkem nagu vett, siin on vähem vett. Nice. Nad võiks erinevat värvi ka olla, aga ei. Palju küsitud. Nad on juba erinevad, see on päris cool. järgmine etapp maandud planeedile ja siis lähed Mass Effect style nagu 3D person view, third person view'le ja siis RPG süsteemid ja choices matter ja kõik see nali. Aga see on päris lahe, see on siukene ma nüüd saan hakata erinevaid planeete tegema hakata, see on nice, see on väga cool. Cool stuff. Waiting for the story part. On üsna kindel, et sul võib tulla huvitavad mingid story argid. Vähemalt potentsiaalselt. Nii, okei. Mis mul point oli? Miski nagu toimis selle background picture'iga, aga siis, kui ta ümber suunab, ma arvan, et siis, kui ta ümber suunab uuele stseenile, siis ta ei toimi. Ehk siis, kui ta läheb Frog to Waterisse, Water Seek House Within, ja siis on Basic Action Choice. See ei tohiks background picture'it vahetada ise. Sest mul on ju see, et Water Seek House Within nii, ehk siis siia läksin, see on fine, aga background change'i pidi juba tegema, lihtsalt see background change'i tegi kuidagi valesti. Leidis mingi image, kas see on mingi vale image või? Seda vist ma ei usu, et on. Ma arvan, et see on debug'i message on kõik õige. Background changed, jaa. Background change string, bla bla bla. Okei, aga miks see järgmine background tuleb selle peale? See mets ja meri on siin. Tema kanvas, seal on sort order 0. Starting kanvas on pohhui. Ta vahetab starting kanvase pildi ära. Okei, lol. Ta vahetab, ta leiab selle image'i, mitte selle image'i. Las ma mõtlen. Kas ma peaksin äkki siin vahetused tegema ikkagi background vahetuseks ainult või vastupidi background vahetused ka tegema siin vahetuseks. Viimane tundub natukene mahukam. See background change tundub töötavad vähemalt. Okei, aga ta vahetab siin selle ära, selle pildi. Okei. Huvitav. Igatahes saatsin 3 pilti, relvad on erineva damagega, aga ka võtavad shieldi erineva pikkusega ajaks offline. Nice. kus sa need 3 pilti saad, see Discordis või? Vaatame. Nice. Projectile path timing damage payload area 2D, nice. Lifetime. Just põnevaid asju. Acceleration. Et see on siis see, et nagu Homing Rocketil on mingisugune see hitbox on teatud suurusega. Ja kas ta taimib out'i enam seda? Jah, lifetime on tal 5 sekki, ehk siis kui ta ei jõua vastaseni 5 sekundi jooksul, siis ta taimib out'i ilmselt ja siis ta ei plahvatagi, okei. Aga jah, see värk, et hakkas alles home'ima mingi märkimisväärse aja peale seda, kui ma ta lasin välja, ehk siis ta algus lasi lihtsalt otse ja siis hakkas home'ima mingi, ma ei tea, 2 sekundi järgi, siis tal 3 sekki oli ainult aega õigesse kohta minna. Vist. Mida siuke mulje. Aga ei tea. Okei, nüüd on mul mingi valiku koht siin. Võib-olla muudan kõik need loogikad ära background change'iks selle asemel, et scene change'i teha. Homing Rocket Acceleration on sedasi, et algul visatakse shipist välja, aegustab, siis kogub kiirust nagu rakett ikka ja lõpuks saab kütus otsa. See oli see kurv. Jaa. Nii et Homing Rocketi Eesti saab ära joosta. Eesti eest. Nii et Homing Rocketi Eesti saab eest ära joosta. Mul natuke käis see muusika niikuinii pinda. Ootamist jätkata, jah, aga lähme kuskile mingi muu asja peale. Goblin Smoker. Nii, vaatab edasi, mis siin on. Jaap saab. Jab on 10 freimi. Samas 2 A-ga võib-olla on 20. Või sorry, jab, see on 3 tähte, 1/3 rohkem, 133 protsenti, ehk siis 13 freimi on jaab 2 A-ga. Panid käe teekannu peale, sul Assassin's Teapot. Jaa, mul on Assassin's Teapot. Ei, mul on lihtsalt hästi külm tee juba praeguseks. Mingi trammis on vist praegu mingid reklaamid, et mingid naljakate näidetega, kuidas eesti keel saab huvitav olla ja siis ingliskeelsed tõlked. Ja üks neist on umbes siukene, et ma ütleks saast või kõnts või värdjas või ühesõnaga, et see, kes jätis, sorry. See, kes trammis jäätist sööb, on jätis. Ja siis ingliskeelne tõlge oli mingi skam või midagi sellist. Ja siis üks teine oli, mis on väga naljakas asi, mida nagu suht solvav, mida on nagu trammis näidata. Ja siis ühel teisel oli mingi teel sõitva teekannuga mingi näide, kus keegi sõitis jalgrattaga kuum teega on käes. See tundus ausalt natukene ohtlikum ja jätiselikum kui trammis söömine, aga that's just me. Igatahes naljakad reklaamikampaaniad. Nii, aga okei, no ma pean mingi põhimõttelise otsuse tegema, kas ma lähen kõikide loogikatega scene change'ilt ära hoopis background change'i peale. Proovime korra. Samas see on nii töötu, ma pean kõik need pildid eraldi defineerima. Kõige parem oleks, kui ma suudaks uue muutunud image'i peale teha midagi. Ma teen ühe katse. Kui ma selle nime ära muudan, see starting canvas image ei ole enam image. See on hoopis starting image. Mis nüüd juhtub? Kas ei leia enam seda ülesse või leiab? Proovime niimoodi. Kas see töötab? Nii. Start game. Need to find food. Mida iganes. Water. Nüüd läheb huvitaks. Illusion. See. Ahaa! Töötabki. LOL! Ma olin nii tark. Ma olin, aga nüüd on raskem küsimus. Kui ma nüüd lähen edasi, eatin, lähen siia, nüüd lähen tagasi, siis nad on kadunud. Sest et see siin vahepeal laaditakse maha, destroyitakse ja siis laetakse uuesti ülesse. Ja see on probleem. Tundub, et ma pean vist loogikat muutma sellest scene change'i pealt täielikult ainult background change'idele. Samas... Aga kui ma alati teen selle checki esimese asjana, kui ma selle stseeni loadin, siis võib see praeguse süsteemiga toimida ilma suuremate mõõdustega. Häkk! Nii. Et ma loen selle. Muidugi, mul ei ole seda water change backgroundi vajaga üldse. Ma teen selle checki kõik siin sees ära. Nii. Background change'id asjad nagu kalkuleerib esimesena ära, loetavasti esimesena. Ja siis... lihtsalt tuleb see. Seda pole vaja. Frog to waterisse tagasi. Ja kas siin ka või? Woods illusion true. Ja frog to waterisse. Davai, äkki see toimib. Proovime. Aga trammis teed juua on fine. Ehk siis trahv. Ma arvan, et trammis teed juua on trahv ja süüa midagi. Ei, trahv vahet pole, kas trahv või mitte, sa oled jätis, sa oled scum, human scum. See on nagu moraalne sükene, ma ei tea, näidustus. Aga siis, kui sa nagu kuuma teekannuga sõidad kuskil rattaga, siis on see väga äge. Siis saad inimese harassida oma kuuma veekannuga jalgvõtta peal. See on approved, yes! Nii, eat the door. Nüüd ma olen siin. Nüüd ta tegi see checki ära. Vaatame tema illusioni, the sea. Lähme eatime the woodsi. Okei, nüüd viskas kammist täiesti ära. Nüüd on mingisugune error siin. Nüüd oli mingi täielik error. Sest eat the woods ei oleks tohtinud seda teha, aga ta tegi seda. Kui panna eat ja the woods. Ma tean, milles viga on. Ma pean selle falseks tegema. Jaa. Nii on. See saab olema false koos selle märgiga. Äkki nüüd toimib, palun? ei toimi. Siis oleks pidanud see tšeki tegema, oleks pidanud nägema, et siin on need code ja oleks pidanud muutma selle image'i ära. Oleks näinud seda variable'i. Aga ei muutnud, ta laadis alguses selle image'i ja siis ta ei teinud seda tšeki pärast seda. Okei, miks? Nii, frog to water läheb basic action choice'i sisse. Oota, aga kus ta selle välja kutsub, et ta scene change'ib? Scene shifteri. Kas see on mingi valesti implementeeritud või? Scene shifter, scene ta teeb alati midagi, või mitte alati. Aga need scene läheb seasidesse. Selles eelmises scene'is läheb scene shifter seasidesse ja siis seejärel, kui see shiftitud on, siis läheb frog to water'isse. See shift tehti ära, siis läheb frog to water'isse. Ja siis frog to water'is peaks jooksma see check jälle ja andma uue pildi. Aga ta ei anna. Miks? Kas see variable ei jää alles või? See illusion true, seda checki peaks ta uuesti runnima ju. Ja siis näitama, et näed, see on true. Anna siis uus pilt, please. Aga ta ei tee seda. Miks? Debug logima jälle. Okei, ma lähen korra vetsi. nii. Tulen tagasi, aga ma siiski ei saa aru. Esiteks ta liigutan selle ümber natuke või? Äkki kohe, kui ta liigub sinna, siis ta teeb selle tšeki või? Siin options, mida iganes. Nii, siin ta liigutab sinna Seaside S-i. Äkki liigutame selle välja siit. Liigutame selle välja, paneme siia ette. Mis siis juhtub? Vaatame. Bogan, siin on Illusion the Sea. Läheme tagasi. Läheme tagasi. Ikka on sama vana. Ja need variandid, The Woods, The Sea, kõik need. Nad on juba ära valitud. Oi, putka vaht, nii palju vigu. Proovime siis, et me ei vahetagi siini. Mis siis saab? Ahah, siis ta ei muuta ka. Äkki nad mõlemad siis falsid või? Kui nüüd Sea Illusion ja kus sinu mängus state elab? Inki poolel või Unitis? Noh, hetkel see nii-öelda state, mis siin kõik need loogika on nendes variable'ides siin Inkis. Aga need external function, mida kutsutakse, et scene'i shift'ide ja background'i change'ida, see on Unitis. Source of truth, ja see on veits nagu siin ja seal. It's complicated. See point on selles, et see on jah, see loogika käib praegu mul linki kaudu. Et millal, mida kutsutakse. Aga need actual functionid on seal Unity poolel. Aga tundub, et need functionid üldiselt töötavad seal Unity poolel, lihtsalt, et see, kuidas see Inki poolelt käib, on veider. Nii, mõtleme, mis siin saab valesti olla. Mis mul on praegu? Scene shifter, okei. kaks võimalust. Ma arvan, et hetkel, mis juhtus, on see, et see state on see, et C-illusioned ja Woods illusioned on mingil põhjusel mõlemad mõlemad falsed. Kusjuures mul jääb praegu mulje, et C-illusioned on true ja Woods illusioned on false, see ei pruugi töötada hetkel. Et see äkki mõtleb, et C-illusioned ja Woods illusioned koos on false. Kas kahe booleani ja märgiga liitmine annab mingi ühe väärtuse või? Kui on true ja false on jaaga. Siis peaks ikka sama vastus tulema, aga siis lihtsalt tuleb see vastus, et kumb on false. Sulud ümber, siin ma ei saa vist neid sulge panna, mulle tundub. Äkki see on nii teha, et panen C-illusion true. See töötab äkki või? Äkki sellepärast hetkel ei töötanud. Samas ta nagu töötas, kui ma ta eraldi tegin selleks, eraldi notiks tegin peale seda asja. See are you illusioning boolean tegi mingit tööd siin. See illusion on true, kui et see ära kasutanud. Aga põhiline viga, mingi teine viga, mis tuli välja, on see, et lihtsalt need kasutab ära ükskõik, kas sa valid illusioni või iti. Siis siin optionites ei tea, kuidas ta seda teeb, aga siin optionites, kui sa oled juba iitinud ühesõnaga seal farmis ära toori, siis sa ei saa enam illusionida seda hiljem. Või no okei, see on loogiline. Aga mingi naljaks state text, ma pean uuesti see proovima. Vaatame, mis praegu juhtub. Tegin selle mingi true muudatuse. True ja false'i muudatuse, vaatame, kas see toimib. IT door jäi, illusion the C, vahetab pilt. Lähme tagasi teise. IT window, vale pilt. Nüüd on illusioni all vähem optioneid, ainult the moon on. Ja see on vale, see ending ka. Illusion, siis kui illusion valitakse, ta peab mingi parameetri andma kaasa. Praegu hakkasin booleanitega seda tegema. See on see teema, et parameetri kas ilmselt parem siis, kui ta on parameetri kaasa, kas sa sööd või mitte booleani, ja kas illusion on või mitte, äkki see on parem. See on nii keeruline praegu. Ma hakkan austlasi veidi kustuma juba. Ma arvan, et ma järgmine kord vaatan seda edasi. See on veits liiga mindfuck see, mis siin toimub minu jaoks. Aga noh, jah, mis on ikka raske see hallatav kood, sest et inki ja stuff. Ja ma ei tea parimaid praktikaid võib-olla või ma ei oska nüüd välja mõelda. Igatahes. Midagi on see valesti mitmes aspektis. Ja võib-olla ma pean selle otsuse tegema ikkagi, et kõik tagasi mitte background change'iga, vaid scene shifteriga, sest et mingid imelikud asjad, mida ma ei suuda lahendada background change'iga. Enne ma olin väga üllatunud, et see töötas mul eraldi selle noti all. Aga miks ta nüüd ei tööta? Persistentelt. See on mingi naljaks teema nende puudunite variableidega, mida ei suuda hetkel hallata, sest ma olen väga väsinud. Ja võib-olla ei suuda hallata ka siis, kui ei ole väsinud, eks vaatab. Natuke kogu nende mõtteid. By the way, see muusika, mis sa arvad, on hästi äge ja sünge. Ja very dark music, right? It's my music, I made it. Really good dark track. So proud. Putkaht küll vaatab seda kraadi illusioonide teemat järgmine kord edasi. Aga hea uudis on see, et see on põhimõtteliselt ainukene mehaanika, mis peaks nagu mängus asju nagu tähenduslikult muutma, et kui selle saab korda, siis on loogilised plokid olemas, et mängu nii-öelda lõpetada. Nii et see on nagu final hurdle. Maga. Funny joke. Vaatab jah. Võib-olla mängin natuke mängu veel. Ennem päris magama suundamist lihtsalt selleks, et pea ei töötaks nii palju. Aga thanks, et siin minuga koos chillisid. Ma arvan, et äkki järgmine kord saab kaugemale jõuda. Loodetavasti. Ja põhiline thanks, et sa üldse inspireerid mind seda tegema. Thank you. Või noh, selles mõttes, et eks mul on inspiratsiooni mujalt ka, aga see väike tõuge, mis on vaja vahepeal, on see, et keegi ütleb sulle, kuule tee. Aga sa andsid isegi hea komplimendi, sa olid nagu, et kõle, ma tahaks mängu näha. see oli päris hea. Davai. Tšau. Üks suur asi on veel, ma pean ju narratiivi looma ka korralikult, jaa. 2 asja, et see loogilised ploki ülesehitus ja narratiivid ja siis lihtsalt mingi busy work. Okei. Tšau.